Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a king who had a son. The king loved his son very much and wanted him to become a brave and noble warrior. So from the time the prince was 2 years old, he started teaching his son how to fight and use a sword. But the prince did not enjoy any of it. All he liked was to play with the royal cats in the castle. There were all kinds of cats in the castle, black cats and white cats, fat cats and thin cats, even a 3-legged cat. But the one the prince liked the most was a tiny kitten with soft brown fur and sparkling green eyes. The king named this kitten Tiger because its fur reminded him of a tiger's coat. The king was not happy that his son spent all his time playing with a cat instead of learning how to be a warrior. "You are a prince, not a house cat," the king would say to his son. "You have to learn how to fight. It is your duty." But the prince would only shake his head and continue playing with Tiger. One day, the king was so angry at his son that he sent him to his room without any dinner. "Think about what you have to do tomorrow," the king said. "If you don't start training, you will not get anything to eat for a whole week." The prince shook his head and went to his room. But after a few hours, he started feeling hungry and went to the kitchen. There was no food for him, so he started eating some fish that was meant for the cats. Suddenly, the 3-legged cat jumped on him and hissed. The prince got so scared that he ran to his room and closed the door. All the cats in the castle were acting strange that night, and the prince understood that they were plotting something. Just then, Tiger came to the room and meowed softly. "What do you want?" the prince asked him. Tiger jumped on the bed and started licking the prince's face. Then he jumped off the bed and started scratching the door with his sharp claws. The prince opened the door and followed Tiger. They went to the royal dining room. There were all the cats in the castle, and they had taken all the food out of the pantry and put it in the middle of the room. "For you, my friend," said the 3-legged cat. "We know you haven't eaten all day. You can eat as much as you want." The prince was so grateful to the cats that he started eating and soon finished everything that was in front of him. After that, all the cats played with the prince, and he was the happiest man in the world. The next morning, the king asked his son, "Did you learn anything yesterday?" "Yes, father," the prince replied. "I learned that if you keep saying no to everything your son likes, he will not become a warrior, but a fool." The king was shocked to hear these words, and he understood that he had been wrong all this time. He hugged his son and said, "You will never be a warrior, my son, but you can be whatever you want to be." From that day on, the king allowed his son to spend time with his cats, and the prince never asked for anything else. The prince and Tiger remained the best of friends till the end of their lives, and their story became a legend in that kingdom.